Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. By the video title, you know what this video is about. I made 2 videos so far. This is my 3rd video. In one setting, I have these ready, so when other things pop up, I already have them kind of, already these reviews that are kind of preset and planned already. They don't have no timetable on them, so I'm making a lot of these in one setting like that. Sunday is always my filming day most of the time. But today's video is about Mason Rudolph. Is Mason Rudolph returning to the Pittsburgh Steelers? We've seen reports about Mason Rudolph saying that the Steelers want to return. Coach Tomlin saying that he raved at how Mason Rudolph has improved a lot, and he raved that Mason Rudolph's toughness and his leadership, his mentality as well, and also raved about Mason Rudolph kind of growing on him even more like that, and we want to bring Mason Rudolph back and have some competition for the quarterback, Kenny Pickett. I know a lot of people wonder why Coach Tomlin mentioned Kenny Pickett as QB1 because technically he's QB1 right now because Mason Rudolph not on the roster, and Mr. Trubisky was the second or third quarterback. So so Kenny Pickett kind of default is the first QB, but that don't mean Coach Tomlin not going to bring anybody else in. I don't know if they're going to bring in a veteran presence. I know a lot of speculations about Russell Wilson or Kirk Cousins, or see what happened with that, or if they trade for somebody. I don't think that's too likely, most likely, but Mason Rudolph is another veteran presence as well, 28 years old, know the offense and everything. If you wanted to bring some competition in like that standpoint, you could do that as well to see what happens too, and maybe draft a guy or something, but we'll see what the Steelers do. We know they're going to bring an offensive coordinator in from outside to fix the offense, so maybe that guy from outside can fix the offense even more, and you look at your quarterback, we might not have a quarterback problem. The quarterback might go out there and play well with that guy, so maybe they may go that approach a little bit, or maybe they might seek outside stuff, but there's a lot of things going on with that rumor and stuff. But Mason Rudolph went 3-0 his last 3 games, threw for like almost 300 yards. That one game against the Bengals, had 2 60-plus yard touchdowns. I think he had an 80-plus yard touchdown, had a 60-plus yard touchdown pass as well. He also played phenomenal against the Seattle Seahawks as well. He also played phenomenal against the Ravens. You look at the stats don't show everything because they didn't throw the ball a lot because it was raining and stuff. But when the play was needed the most, when you needed to make a big time play, when the game was close, you had to make that big game-winning, game-changing play, he threw a dot to Deontay Johnson because he had Allen Robinson open on the curl route, but he decided to throw over the middle and split the defenders, threw the dot to Deontay Johnson, 75-yard touchdown. So Deontay Johnson and Mason Rudolph had good chemistry when he was as the quarterback. George Pickens played some of his best games ever as a Steeler when he had Mason Rudolph as a quarterback. So Mason Rudolph has shown a lot of improvement for the fan perspective as well. Like me looking on, seeing Mason Rudolph just improve from his rookie season. Well, his second season, because rookie season I don't think he played. But second season, when he first got the start in there, kind of got thrown to the fire because, Big Ben went down. No one was expecting Big Ben to rip his elbow like that. So he went down, the ligament in his elbow, so he went down with the injury. Mason had to come in, had to fill the void a little bit and show some stuff as well and played. And then when he kind of got injured and got knocked out that one game, he wasn't the same. Like his confidence was different and stuff. And you had seen the big brawl between the Browns. We got the whack-a-mole Rudolph got hit in the head with a helmet and stuff, and all that crazy stuff that was going on. The fans kind of turned on him and stuff as well. We was like, even me, I was like, hey, I don't want to see Mason Rudolph on the field anymore. Like he don't look too confident. He looked confident at first, but he don't look too confident and look too hesitant. And then remember against the Detroit Lions. I saw some little improvement. I'm like, okay, there he looks a little better. But it's just he just didn't have that extra confidence still building up. But he never really got an opportunity, another chance to like prove himself to the fans, prove himself to the organization that like, hey, I can go out there and compete with the best of them too. And then this time he got an opportunity and he seized the opportunity, went out there and played phenomenal football. So Mason Rudolph, I'm sorry about the things we said about. I never said nothing crazy, but I always said that I'm like, nah, Mason's not good enough. I don't want to see Mason out there again with the Steelers. Maybe a different team might be better for him. He gets some new scenery, he might be better, but I don't want to see him as a Steelers uniform again. But now, looking at it, I might say, hey, Mason, he looked pretty good at the end. He showed a lot of improvement, like stuff we didn't see in the previous years. Of course, I'm not just selling for Mason Rudolph to be the quarterback. Of course, I want to see other options too as well. Maybe explore the Russell Wilson thing. Maybe explore because Russell Wilson numbers. If we had a quarterback that had Russell Wilson stats that he had last year on our team, we'd probably still in the playoffs. We'd probably be sitting with 13 wins or something too. So we're going to explore Russell Wilson, explore Kirk Cousins, explore some trade options. Maybe Dak Prescott. You never know what could happen. I know Justin Fields probably out the equation probably. Justin Herbert probably out the equation as well. But you never know what could happen. The draft. Maybe look at some guys. Maybe the Steelers decide to trade up. You never know what they might do or something. The Jaden Daniels, a Marcus May, or something. Or maybe trade up a little bit for Michael Penix Jr. with a strong arm, kind of like Jalen Hurts. And I'm always still mad, as you guys know, every time I mention quarterbacks or talk about quarterbacks, You know, Mason Rudolph was a good draft pick, but I feel like the Steelers should do a better job in like building around him. Like Big Ben, I know Big Ben was like, they want to help him and stuff, but I thought the Steelers should do a better job in building around him, kind of like the Packers did what they did with Jordan Love. They took Jordan Love and they said Aaron Rodgers got mad, but they're like, okay, Aaron, we understand your opinion and feelings, but now Aaron Rodgers is gone. And see Jordan Love, what he did for the team, got them to the playoffs and stuff. So they're looking back at it like, hey, we did a good job. So Mason getting drafted was cool for the Steelers, but I feel like the Steelers didn't do a good job in like putting that trust and faith in Mason and like building them up and like saying, okay, you're gonna get opportunity, you get a chance to showcase. Because they said some of the teams had late first round grades on Mason, second round grades on Mason. He got taken in third round. So maybe some teams saw some stuff in Mason that maybe some intangibles that you can teach or something. I don't know exactly. I feel like he was kind of drafted where he supposed to have been drafted. Third round was probably around his range, third and fourth ish. And you know, he emerged and playing pretty solid and playing pretty good as well. So I thought the Steelers did a better job in like kind of like building around the quarterback position a little bit. Because like I know there's some quarterbacks we could have took really. I mention this every time. Lamar Jackson, we passed on him. We took Terrell Edmonds. Lamar Jackson come out of Louisville. I already knew about Action Jackson. I used to mention it all the time because if you ever played NCAA 14, they had freshman Lamar Jackson on there, and you use that guy. I was like, who's this guy? We've seen him from high school. We've seen all his highlights and stuff. I used to always follow a lot of the players like that, highlights and stuff. So I knew who Lamar Jackson was. I know that people had questions about his. He was a Heisman Trophy winner too as well. I think a winner. Yeah. So people had questions about his throwing ability. But I'm like, look at that. Playmaking ability he has like that. You can probably develop the throwing ability even more as you see now. Him about to become a two-time MVP. I was mad the Steelers kind of passed on that and took Terrell Edmonds. I thought they reached for Terrell Edmonds. I was like, I was never a big fan of Edmonds. He played good that one season. I give him credit for that, but you guys know, if you're on the channel, I was never a big fan of Edmonds because he couldn't cover as a safety. He couldn't cover like that, and he wasn't good in zone coverage or man coverage. He can go out there and help and run in the run support like that, going down there and getting downhill, but I thought the Steelers should have took Lamar Jackson. And Jalen Hurts was a no-brainer. You should have taken Jalen Hurts. That right there, Coach Tomlin was having conversation with him, going out to dinner with him, and they were speculating all around. I was like, okay, the Steelers will get a quarterback, get Jalen Hurts. He would sit behind Big Ben for 1 year or something and didn't get ready. They didn't take him. They took goddamn Chase Claypool, who not on the team either. So Cole Colbert missed on some guys. Of course, he hit on some guys too. Of course, T.J. Watt and stuff like that. The big trade for Minkah Fitzpatrick and all type of stuff, but man, we missed those two guys right there. Could be some game changers on the team right now. So, but hopefully the Steelers finally get it right now and just start going by the team perspective. Of course, caring about your quarterback feelings is cool and all, but feelings don't win championships. Team perspective. Focus on the team perspective and building the team up. Mason Rudolph, if he does come back, that'll be a plus. So have some QB battle in the off season and see if Mason Rudolph can find his way to be the starting quarterback, or maybe Kenny Pickett beat him out. But Mason Rudolph is looking very good. He might beat him out. For sure to get the starting job and get an opportunity to be a full-time starter as well, too. So we're going to see what happens. But the Steelers do have to make a decision in Mr. Trubisky. They might need to release him to save some money a little bit for the cap space as well. But, yeah, I think Mason Rudolph coming back would be cool for the Steelers. And it'll help the QB room out a lot. A lot of guys love Mason Rudolph. You see a lot of, like, the reports about Deshaun Johnson and George Pickens and all type of guys. They love Mason Rudolph. They've been raving about him and tweeting about him, messaging about him, and they love his leadership. They love his mentality. They say they love his just like his aesthetic, his ability and stuff as well too. His faith, of course, his faith in himself, his faith in guys. That God gave him another opportunity, another chance to come out here and prove himself. He went through some trials and tribulations, but he found his way and got himself another opportunity and a chance. And he seized the moment and stuff, always being ready and stuff. So he loved his his just peaceful nature and his leadership nature and just team-oriented nature. So having a guy around on the team like that is always a very good plus, because this guy right here is gonna give you his all, and he's also going to motivate you a lot too as well. So if Mason came back, I will be happy for it. But we'll see what happens in the offseason. Let me know in the comment section down below what you guys think about Mason Rudolph returning, maybe or possibly onto the Steelers. But that's all I got. I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Peace out.